Well, we get news that the Isle of Man is to decide to allow dogs back into pubs and eateries. I was looking this up, Minister, and it seems that only a few years ago it was yet again told to us that it was a health hazard, this is not going to happen. The UK had passed the laws, but they seemed to have allowed dogs in. I mean, you tell me the story. Basically, we weren't allowed, until you changed the law, to allow dogs into pubs on the Isle of Man.
Firstly, let's get one thing right. It's not a law, it is a policy.
Really?
Yes, a policy.
So it was never law?
No, it's a policy of the department, which when we looked into it, of course, we were lobbied by tourism bodies. We talked very closely with the Department of Economic Development into making the Isle of Man dog friendly. But if I've been asked recently, is this a purely money driven? Actually, to me, it's quite the opposite. It's about freedom of choice, and if somebody wants to have a dog in their food establishment, as long as they meet stringent food hygiene standards, then who are we to stop them? Arguably, it could be said on the other side that the people won't want to go into an establishment that's got dogs in it. Well, again, that's a matter of choice. I suppose we've got to ask ourselves: is this going to be taken up by every food establishment in the Isle of Man? I very, very much doubt it. But that should be the individual's choice.
Well, in 2011, I think Mr. Shimon answered this and said if dogs were allowed to go back into Manx pubs and restaurants, it would be a retrograde step for the Isle of Man. Tynwald has been told this. And this is by Environment, Food and Agriculture, Mr. Shimon, yes. So it's all now okay again. Even though I think we all know that dogs were going in, don't we, really? I mean, it did seem a bit, one of those things you're told not to, but overall... Are we over-governed on these things, by the way, as well? I mean, do you think this is a ridiculous thing in the first place to be us talking about such a menial thing as this?
Yes, I do. I think arguably are we over-regulated? Arguably, yes, we are. To me, I think, okay, maybe a previous minister said that, but I don't see it that way. I don't want to live in an Isle of Man that is over-regulated. I want to see freedom of choice, freedom of expression, and this is so minimal. Really, but to me it was such a simple decision to make. But let's get one thing clear: this is not a question of just going in and dogs or pets doing whatever they want. They have to meet standards, and the Department Environment and Protection Agency, where we are, will certainly work with establishments who have any doubts about this. But there's cross-compliance standards in place now anyway, so it's just a question of tweaking their standards.
You've been lobbied on this? This is from tourism, is it? Because I looked on TripAdvisor as well, and it's interesting how the Isle of Man doesn't rate very highly. It says it's most anti-dog place I've been to and this sort of thing. Yeah. No, it's not just pubs, it's like beaches and access to public areas. But is this what it's all about? Trying to, like, caravans coming, for instance, you're just wanting to keep not putting people off, I suppose. I'm trying to phrase this.
Why would we want to?
Yeah.
For example, I appreciate there's people with very strong views on certain things, and I believe that we shouldn't be doing this. And I think really, have we been lobbied? Yeah, we have. But it certainly one major lobbyist was Mrs. Cannell, MHK. She was very keen to see some change in policy, and I've got to hold my hat off to Brenda. She's been very good at this and very good helping me, giving me the research as well, which has been deeply helpful.
And if it wasn't law, what could have happened? Would anyone been prosecuted or just told to remove their dog? Or did it never actually go that far?
No, I don't think it did. I'm not sure there was any prosecutions at all. But let's be honest about things. And this is about being a realist, I think. Let's be honest, there's dogs that go into pubs now. I could take you to pubs with dogs in tonight, Paul.
I see dogs in the window all the time.
So what on earth are we playing at here? So let's just make it easy for people. Let's make people understand. For example, if we go in, we'd like to see some sort of stickerage on the front to say this is a dog-friendly environment, or we don't welcome dogs in this pub. Fine, if that's what you want to do, then that's up to them.
And of all the news that happens in the Isle of Man, this is the sort of story that the networks, regional stations will pick up on, and it shows the Isle of Man as, oh my gosh,
never mind.
You worry about that?
Never mind the financial crisis all around the world, but this is about dogs and pubs. That's politics. So this touches everybody, and I can understand that, and I can imagine we will be lobbied even harder after today. but that's my politics, and that's what I believe in. I'm happy to be challenged on it.